know what was coming and that his reaction was authentic because it looked authentic.
See, that's what I was going to say. He did kind of look like he was genuinely ticked off.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, honestly, probably one of my top promos from The Miz because it was so good.
Oh, yeah.
And nowadays, I'm so overcritical of everything, not just because we do this show, but because I've been like this for years. Because, like, I love the industry enough to consciously know I could never do it physically, and I'm not even going to fucking lie to myself. No matter what type of shape I was in, I couldn't do what they did. But I love the business. I love the entire, like, I love the in-ring competition. I respect everyone to the maximum. Like, but I also like the politics. As much as I complain about them, I love it. So when promos like this happen, and I have to sit there and try to decipher, like, is this scripted? Like, is this kayfabe? Like, you know, what the fuck? Is this a work? Like, you know, is this shoot? Like, what actually is this? I honestly have watched that promo 4 times, and I could not tell you if it was a shoot or a work or whatever, because it was so well done. But that is like the promo to end all promos, and it was so beautiful. But seriously, if you haven't seen it, that is like the promo you need to watch. That and a lot of people were like, oh, it can't be a work for the simple fact the Miz can't act, and I'm like, all right. Whatever. Like, you're entitled to your opinions. Do you?
I think one thing that was very interesting about the way that came across was that it did open up a door for discussion about all of these independent wrestling stars before they come into the WWE and how their lifestyle is and how easy it can be to get hurt like that. Mm-hmm. Because if you get hurt when you're somebody that's on the independent scene, it's twice as hard to get the medical coverage to be able to sort your shit out. So you get signed to the WWE and you come in there injury prone, or you have nagging injuries, or something far worse could happen because you did not have that coverage for medical health that you could have had before. So it does open up the door of discussion about indie wrestling versus the mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to talk about with that.
There's also the whole thing with this, like, possibly opening a door for Daniel Bryan to get back in the ring. God, I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not.
And that's not saying anything. I honestly will say that I think he is probably one of my favorite indie guys of all time. Very, very soft spot for Daniel, but no. Like, that would literally be risking his life, and I am praying to whatever deities are out there that this is not what they're trying to do, because that would be so catastrophic if he got, like, hurt. That could be life-threatening. Like, it's nothing to fuck with, pretty much. You know, bluntly, it is nothing to fuck with. So, really hoping that it doesn't come down to that.
I'm not sure how real that is, because I only saw it in one place.
Yeah, but so obviously it's one of those take it with a grain of salt sort of things. But I hope that's not even a discussion. Oh, well, we're down to one thing to talk about, so I think we're doing pretty fucking well. We have done well tonight, pacing and shit. We're like that John Cena match.
And it's kind of like SummerSlam. I'm half awake.
So the last topic of discussion for the week is our favorite topic of discussion of the week. Every week so far, unless it ends with Julie having to mute her mic because she's dying. The Cruiserweight Classic. We're going to talk about the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, we are.
This week we had 3 matches. It was to round out the final 8. This week's matches were fucking crackers. Lindsay Dorado and Rich Swann had a fantastic match. Very, very entertaining match.
Oh, for sure. I have to say, I loved Rich Swann's gear.
Right? The little wings on the side. Lindsay Dorado kind of lost my respect by pulling out the Alex Wright dance moves.
Oh my God.
Just because I have such like post-traumatic stress disorder when it comes to Alex Wright, because I was exposed to that heavily as a child, and I still feel very uncomfortable. I still feel like I need to like put a $20 bill somewhere. It just makes me uncomfortable. But Rich Swann advanced. The match was nuts. Like, it was so good, and very, very sad to see Lindsay Dorado go, because he was nothing shy of fucking amazing. But very, very excited for Rich Swann. He's so entertaining and so effortlessly fun to watch. So I'm very happy that he's moving on.
That dude's athletic ability is insane.
Seriously. In the match that's going to flood St. Petersburg, Florida, we got Zack Sabre Jr., which obviously our friend Elena is obsessed with anything that comes out of England as a whole. And Zack Sabre is kind of her like shoo-in new favorite, which is adorable. She has good taste.
Oh, she does.
You cannot take fuck away from Drew Gulak. Like, you cannot. Right? He, I will say it straight. He out-wrestled Zack Sabre, period. That match was absolutely mental to watch. And Drew Gulak is probably one of the baddest motherfuckers to get in the ring. And so, oh my God, I can't put into words how much I love watching him wrestle. Because it's absolutely a thing of beauty.
He's a fucking machine. He
is. He really is. He will rip your face off and feed it to you for breakfast while making you tap out to the Dragon Sleeper. Like, that is a legitimate fear. Professional wrestlers have nightmares about that Dragon Sleeper. Are you fucking kidding me?
I have nightmares about that.
Ultimately, Zack Sabre did advance in a very, very unique, beautiful bridge cover.
Oh my God, that ending was nuts.
Yeah, that was nuts. Like, the thing about Sabre that's so fun to watch is his escapism technique. Yeah. Like, he can get out of any fucking wrestling move on the planet, I'm convinced. But the end sequence of that match was so incredible to watch.
And you wouldn't have expected it either.
Oh no, I did not expect that match to end in pinfall at all. And the main event of the night was just fucking nuts. Johnny Gargano and TJ Perkins stole the show. That was a match
It's pretty impressive to say stuff like that, considering that as a whole, this entire fucking thing has been incredibly nuts in its own right.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have like 5-star caliber matches all of the time, and then you can say that one actually stole the show, that has to be something very special.
For sure. Like, this entire tournament's been nuts. I can't look back and think of one bad match that we've seen.
Right?
I authentically cannot, because every match there's something new. There's something so intense, so incredible. And the saddest thing for me is knowing that we will never replicate this Cruiserweight Classic because this is the inaugural. Like, we will never feel this way again, regardless of how many times they have it. Because what makes this so special is it's such a unique tournament with such unique talent. Like, and it's that, like, first time feeling.
Yep.
That just makes it so memorable and so exciting for, like, fans of wrestling. And it's not even just, fans of the WWE or, like, fans of the independents. We're not going to be that elite. This is literally fans of the sport of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with the Johnny Gargano and TJ Perkins match is they were so fucking complimentary of one another as far as their styles, but in that same vein, they brought something completely different. like, TJ's very, you know, in your face. He's very charismatic. He's very flamboyant. Like, but he will kick your fucking teeth down your throat from 40 fucking angles.
Fucking sure, dude.
On the flip side, Johnny Gargano is going to pretzel your ass whether you want to be pretzeled or not.
Right?
Like, these two were just so good. And there were some actually surprisingly big moments in that match that I just sat there like, wow. Like, I didn't think that they were going to bring it this hard. But the one thing that I will give TJ is he is so effortless and it's so fluid in the ring. Like, it's been a long time since I've seen someone so good, so young. Like, TJ's not that old.
Oh, yeah.
But he's so good at what he does, and it translates into how he works in the ring.
He's very fluid motion.
Absolutely. Like, you know, yeah, TJ's like 31, which is still it's still pretty young for, you know, a professional wrestler. But, like, the thing with him is you would never know it. The kid has so much experience because he has been wrestling since he was 13. And to know that this is probably like the biggest opportunity he's had, it's so discouraging because somebody that talented should be on like marquees at fucking Madison Square. Like, this dude can go. And, you know, in the same token, guys like Johnny Gargano are the exact same way. But that match was so good, and it ended in a knee bar, which fucking ow. Right. What is it with you people in the fucking knee bar?
I was just thinking about it.
Dude, seriously. And the thing with TJ is he can put you in that from any fucking angle, any move sequence.
Right?
Like, you can be doing the fucking Cotton Eye Joe, and that motherfucker is going to put you in a knee bar. Like, it's so incredible and so intense. But obviously, Gargano tapped, and TJP is moving on. But that fucking top 8, and honestly, looking at it, Julie and I had been right from the get-go. I still say the final is going to be Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi.
Oh yeah, that's the only way I see it ever ending. So, interestingly enough, I was talking to Will a couple of nights ago, and he was telling me it's reported that Rich Swann, Cedric Alexander, TJ Perkins, and Noam Dar will be some of the starring and breakout cruiserweights for the cruiserweight division on Raw. And then they announced one more.
Is it the man with the plan?
It is the man with the plan. And it's funny because he made me wait for it, and then he posted a photo in my chat, and I was like, why would you make me cry? and I was like, I'm still very sick and very congested, because at the time I was, and he was like, blow your nose, because we're getting the man with the plan.
I am so happy that he's doing so well. I do. I love Brian Kendrick. Clearly. Not nearly as much as Julie, because, like, I'm pretty sure if she ever met him, she would never say, it's nice to meet you. The term, will you please... No. And nothing else would come out of her mouth except, will you marry me, would just fall out of her face. I honestly think that
I would be too.
I believe that. Through snot, tears, and emotion, you would just decipher, will you marry me, somewhere in there. Because, like, I am convinced if there was one person on the planet that Julie could marry with no questions asked, it's fucking Brian Kendrick. And it's not for nothing. Part of me wishes, I know it's not going to happen, but part of me wishes that Brian Kendrick would just win the entire Cruiserweight Classic. Here's why. Because I'm convinced if he won the Cruiserweight Classic, Daniel Bryan would get off of the commentary table, go to the ring while he was accepting his trophy, and just drop to a knee and propose.
And that would be the perfect ending, just like this is the ending of the show, because we have 20 seconds left.
We'll see you guys next week.